Hello and welcome to a new episode of our program Cultural Magazine, during which we bring you the latest cultural events that are taking place in Egypt. Please stay tuned.
The 55th Cairo International Book Fair ended its activities this week. Minister of Culture Dr. Naveen Kileni announced that the state of Oman had been chosen as the guest of honor for the upcoming 56th session of the Cairo International Book Fair 2025. The announcement was declared on the closing day of the activities of this year's activities. Minister of Culture witnessed the ceremony of handing over the banner of the guest of honor of the Cairo International Book Fair from the Norwegian ambassador in Cairo, Ambassador Hilda Klimstal.
Fantastic country, lots to see, not only books, but you can also see lots in the country itself. I mean, monuments, a lot of touristic sites, but it's also great to visit many cities from all the way from Ambo Sibyl to Alexandria. I think we have been with my wife and with many of my friends and colleagues. We have been in many places in Egypt. I have the feeling more people than last year, so it's very difficult to move around, and that is great. So many people have shown interest in literature, but also in publications and different books. It's also great to see a collection of lots of Arabic books, of course, but also English books. So what I see, and there are many young people here, many kids here browsing the books, so it's really fantastic to see. Mainly interested in Egyptian history, so I'm looking for history books throughout, but also literature. So it's and here, I mean, where we are at the moment, there are a lot of very interesting books, but the interesting thing is there are also a lot of bargains to be made. So it's really a great place to come to when you love books. Maybe more books from other countries. I know every year there's one country that is the guest here, but it might be good to have also a broader selection. I mean, I know there are lots of books being translated into Arabic, and there is a great stand here that offers translated books, but maybe to invite a broader variety of books from Europe, for example.
Egyptologist Dr. Salim Hassan was chosen as the prominent figure of this year's fair. Writer and pioneer of children's literature Yaqub Sharuni was also chosen as the prominent figure of the children's wing. This came in addition to 550 cultural events, which include meetings with innovators, writers, thinkers, artists, and Egyptian and Arab and international icons and figures to enhance the role of culture in building the future we aspire to.
AUC Press Publication has been over 60 years been the pioneer in publications of ancient Egypt, Arabic literature in translation, Arabic art and architecture in Cairo and in the region, books. And this year's there's something new about our best-selling book for Professor Magdi Yaqub. And other books related to ancient Egypt by Aidan Dodson. Regarding the book fair in general, we remarked this year the number of attendance. It's larger number comparing to the last year, and every year it's growing up.
is a very book fest, very big, very large book fest. In fact, I guess I have never seen a larger one than this. In Bucharest, we have a very large book fest, but this is 2 times bigger, I guess. It's the first time for me in Egypt. It's the first time here. In fact, I have arrived only 2 days ago, so I couldn't see so much. But I like it. I like it a lot, and it didn't seem to me so different from other big cities from Europe. The buildings remind me of the French buildings, and the people are very kind. Translated in English, or in fact in 2 languages, in Arabic and English would be perfect. Poetry mostly, but not only.
The Cairo Opera House plays a significant role in the cultural movement that is taking place in Egypt. Please stay tuned for the coming segment.
The Cairo Opera House continues the series of Valentine's Day concerts with an evening on the Grand Theatre by the Cairo Opera Company, led by Maestro Ahmad Farag, directed by Hazem Rushdie. The concert presented selections from the most famous musical works and romantic duets included in a group of international operas and plays, including the overture of The Phantom of the Opera by Whipper, Don Giovanni by Mozart, The Story of the West Side by Bernstein, Cavalleria Rusticana by Mascagni, Samson and Delilah by St. Chains, The Sound of Music by Rogers, The Count of Hoffmann by Offenbach, and musical excerpts from Tchaikovsky's Nutcracker Ballet.
Of course, we are celebrating Valentine. This is a very special day. The program is mixed between musicals and opera songs, operas arias, and we chose these songs especially for Valentine. I sang from West Side Story tonight, me and Mona Rafla, the amazing singer. And it was fun. First of all, يعني, you understand everything. يعني, you are here with us since when? Okay. Okay, of course, يعني, our choice related to the concert. يعني, for this concert, of course, it has to be something for love. يعني, songs for love. With Ahmad Farag is a very good conductor. He's a young conductor, and, which is good. For this concert, we chose the songs together. For conductors, of course, number one for me is Verdi. Verdi is the most famous conductor for the operas, and it's fun because it's a lot of tragedia, a lot of drama in his operas. Verdi is number one, number two is Puccini, and I think Donizetti comes later.
Bloom and grow forever. Little ones, bless my homeland forever.
I like to feel the song and act on the stage. And I prefer to do that. I prefer to be free and كده يعني sing from my heart. يعني I always do that. And the most happy time for me, the most happiest time is on the stage. I don't like rehearsals too much, but I like to being on the stage. That's my feeling. Okay, I'm going to sing Edelweiss from Sound of Music. Okay. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, every morning you greet me, small and white, clean and bright. You look happy to meet me. Blossom and snow where you bloom and go forever. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, bless my homeland forever.
Of course, at this time, all the composers had to conduct their music and play it even. So that was necessary and that was normal at this time. But of course, this time, in this period, it's not very necessary that the composer conduct their works. Sometimes they are not able to do it. So fortunately, they have us as a conductors who don't have the talent to compose. So we can understand more what he wrote, and we try to transmit it to the orchestra and to the singers, and to have the interpretation that the composers like. For me, I guess the opera and ballet. I really enjoy it because there is a combination always between the orchestra and the singers and the drama, or between the orchestra and the drama with the ballet and dancers. All this experience, it's interesting because it's never the same. It's exactly like the theater. You will never find the same concert as the one before or after. So it's always nice and passionate to work with singers and with the drama. This is really passion for me.
These kind of concerts allows different instruments to entwine together, releasing beautiful melodies and give the chance to classic music lovers to enjoy the night and encourage other audience to approach to such classy art. Shuruk Bikir, Cultural Magazine.
Preserving heritage is high on the agenda of the Ministry of Culture in Egypt, as Egypt is the land of civilization, the land where everything started.
Within the Ministry of Culture's strategy to promote all forms of creativity and innovation, the Cairo Opera House, under the supervision of Dr. Khaled Dagher, presented Cleopatra Ballet by the Cairo Opera Ballet Company, accompanied with the Cairo Opera Orchestra under the baton of Mohammad Saad Basha.
Of course, every time we repeat the Ballet Cleopatra, we need at least 4 weeks of rehearsals to be ready to go on stage. And this time we have a lot of new new cast in the personage. We have even young dancers, Egyptian, interpreting the role of Apollodoro, of Caesar, of Antonio, of Ottaviano, because in this ballet we have 2 female first role. It's Cleopatra and Iris, her friend, let's say, and 4 big characters for men, which are Caesar, Antonio, Apollodoro, and Ottaviano. Plus there is Bruto and Cassio, and so all the boys are very involved in this ballet. I found that the music of Mohammed Saad Basha is perfect for this ballet, and it was composed for this occasion. It means that he got the idea before the choreographer. We were asking him to prepare the music of Cleopatra, then the choreographer, who is Jose Perez, got little by little the music that Saad Basha was composing, and he started to make the choreography on it. And it was a very hard moment because, you know, to touch the subject of Cleopatra in Egypt is a very delicate question, very sensitive. But I think that the choreographer, especially Saad Basha, but even the choreographer got to the point and transformed all the story that is love and tragedy and wars and fight in the proper way, with movements that are contemporary but in the same time based on the classic technique, something that I appreciate very much.
And of course we know that Jose Perez and René de Cardenas, I guess.
Yes, he was his assistant, but the choreographer is Jose Perez. René de Cardenas was coming this in 2019 to help him during the rehearsal because it's an enormous work, so one alone cannot do it. And he was helping him in the rehearsing, but the choreography is Jose Perez.
The music of the performance is composed and conducted by the great maestro Mohammed Saad Basha. The ballet is choreographed by Jose Perez and assistant choreographer René de Cardenas, costume designed by Manuela Siri, lighting designed by Yasser Shalen, and directed by Arminia Kemel. Cleopatra is a historical ballet that depicts the famous story of Cleopatra, Queen of Egypt, and her marriage to Mark Antony, who shared the throne of the Roman Empire with Octavio after the assassination of Julius Caesar. Octavio later declared war against Cleopatra and Mark Antony, leading to their defeat in the naval battle of Actium and their tragic end.
The first time, to say the truth, it was a little bit longer than what we are performing now. And the chronology of the situation of the history was not perfectly combined with the reality. So I asked Jose Perez to give me the possibility, the permission to review a little bit the chronology, I mean the sequence of the story. So I make it a little bit more compact, and I add some focal issue, as for example the entrance of Cleopatra in Roma, that in the previous edition, in the first edition, was a little bit soft. Now I make it very strong. She's coming on a big sphinx, and around her all the nymphs, all her court. And this is more powerful than before. And also I change a little bit the end, when there is the tragedy that after the death of Antonio, she's killing herself with the snake. And even there I add something a little bit more tragic.
It is noteworthy that the Cairo Opera Ballet Company was founded in 1966 and was affiliated with the Higher Institute of Ballet and presented its first performances in the same year. It was launched outside Egypt since 1972 and toured many countries of the world, including Russia, Bulgaria, Yugoslavia, Germany, France, and Tunisia, and many other countries. It became one of the affiliated teams to the Cairo Opera House in 1991, and its repertoires include a group of the most famous international classical performances, including Romeo and Juliet, Swan Lake, The Nutcracker, Giselle, Don Quixote, Cinderella, Hamlet, and many others. Cleopatra is an enduring icon from the ancient Egyptian world. She's this beautiful, sensational woman, the lover and the queen, featuring her love story and the roller coaster of emotions told through a dazzling ballet performance is such an amazing experience, especially if it do present a story from our history. Shuru Bikir, Cultural Magazine.
Well, with this, my dear viewers, we come to the end of this episode of our program, Cultural Magazine. I hope you've enjoyed being with us. Please wait for us in the next episode. Until then, it's goodbye.